Alright kiddos, welcome back. Today we're going to continue on our role of reviewing some strategies for addition and subtraction. And today we're going to do addition and subtraction because the strategy that we're going to go over is very similar for both. So for addition, we're going to look at our stack it anchor chart. And for subtraction, we're going to look at our borrowing anchor chart. So let's start with stack it for addition. So first thing we need is an equation. So let's go with 347 plus 583. Okay, so when we're doing the stack it method, it's important to remember our little rhyme. If it's 10 or more, it goes next door. If it's 9 or less, we let it rest. So what that means is that in each of our place value, so our ones place, our tens place, and our hundreds place, we can't have more than 10 as an answer at the bottom because it won't fit. We need to go to the next place value. So let's take a look. We're going to start in the ones place, just like always, and we have 7 plus 3. Well, if I think about 7 plus 3, I know that's 10. So if it's 10 or more, we go next door. So the part of the 10 that can stay in the ones place is the part of the 10 that's in the ones place, which is the 0. And with that 1 that represents the 10, we've got to carry that next door because it's going into the tens place. And to show that, we are going to mark it right above, right here. Now we have to add our tens place. And we know that this doesn't really mean 4 and this doesn't really mean 8. What we're really doing is 40 plus 8. So if we add those together, we know we get 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And we've got another one up here, which makes 13. So again, what can stay here? We know that when we say 13, we really need 130. So what part is in the tens place? The 3. So we're going to put the 3 here, and we've got to carry this 100 next door because it's too big. So we'll show that by marking it up here. And now we're into the hundreds place, so we're going to add them up. So we know that we're really adding 500 plus 300. So 5, 6, 7, 8, and another one, 9. That's 9 or less, so we get to let that one rest and put it down at the bottom. So we know now that 347 plus 583 is 930. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to erase my board. I'm going to put a new stack it question for you. I'm going to get you to do it at home. So grab some paper and a pencil or whatever you're going to write on. And you're going to pause the video, give it a go, and then I'm going to do it on the board, and hopefully we end up with the same answer. All right, welcome back. I'm going to give you a little bit of a harder question. This time we're going to include the thousands place. So what I'm going to get you to try and add up in our stack is 3,452 plus 1,375. Give it a go, and when you're all done, hit play on the video again, and we'll see if we come up with the same question, same answer. Okay, let's see if we get the same answer. So we have to start in the ones place, which is this one here. 5 plus 2, 7. We know that that can let it rest. 7 plus 5, and I'm going to use my count-on strategy to make sure I get that right. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 is bigger than 10, so I have to move it next door. And in the 12, we are going to leave the 2 and carry the 1. Okay, on to the hundreds place. I know that I'm really adding 400 plus 300, and I know that this equals 700. I've got one more 100 to add, which is 8. I know that 8 can stay, it's not too big, so we'll write it down. And then we're on to our thousands place, which is 3,000 plus 1,000. So 3 plus 1 is 4. So that makes 4,827. On to subtraction now. And this one's a little bit trickier than the addition, but we were doing a pretty good job with it before we left for merge break. And I think this will be a good review for us. So for our borrowing method, we do have another little rhyme too. If it's more on the top, no need to stop. More on the floor, go next door and get 10 more. So let's see that in action. Let's do 466, take away 128. Okay, so when I look at the ones column, I know I can't take 8 away from 6. It's not possible. So I'm going to have to do some regrouping. We've got more on the floor. So I have to go next door to the tens place, which is here, and I have to borrow from them. So our little poem says you go next door and you get 10 more. So I go next door, I get rid of that, I stole somebody from there, which makes it 5. And I got 10 more, so when I bring them over here, this number doesn't change to a 10 or stay as a 6. I have to add the 10 that I borrowed and the 6 that I already had. So that changes this into a 16. So my first actual thing I need to solve isn't 6 take away 8, it's actually 16 take away 8. I know through my doubles facts that 8 plus 8 is 16, so my answer here is 8. So I put an 8 in my ones column. Now I have to move to my tens column. Now originally it had 6 take away 2, but I know that because I had to steal one of those tens rods and break it apart and bring it into the ones column, then now I only have 5. So I've got 5 take away 2, which I know is 3. And nothing has changed in our hundreds place. Everything's remained exactly the same, so I know I've got 4 take away 1, which is an easy one. It's 3. So I know that 466 take away 128 is 338. Okay, so I'm going to clean off my board. I'm going to put a new equation up for you, and you're going to give this a try at home. Okay, so I'm going to put the new equation on the board. You're going to pause the video, give this borrowing method a try, and then come on back to see if you get the same answer as me. I'm going to get you to try 528 take away 241. Pause the video and give it a try. Okay, so here we go. Let's give it a try. In the ones column, I don't have any regrouping. I can take 8 away from 1. I know that's 7. But now I can't take 2 away from 4, so I've got to go next door and get some more. So I'm going to go into the hundreds place, and I'm going to borrow from them. That's going to only leave them with 4 of their friends, and I'm going to come next door. Now this is the part where it gets a tiny bit tricky because the get 10 more doesn't make much sense. We're borrowing from the hundreds place now. But we're still going to take a whole piece of their base 10 materials. So if we're thinking about our numbers here, we've got 5 tens flats, we've got 2 tens rods, and we've got 8 little ones cubes. Now when I'm going over here to borrow, I'm really borrowing one of these tens flat, or one of these hundreds flats. And in those are 100 little pieces. When I bring it over here, I change this 20, because that's what that represents right now, is these 2 tens rods. I break apart this, and I add those 10 rods here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this really isn't 12 take away 4 or 2 take away 4. What this really represents is 120 take away 40. Or you can write it like this: 12 take away 4. I'm going to count backwards to figure this out. So 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. So I know that 12 take away 4 is 8, and also 120 take away 40 is 80. Now I'm moving into the hundreds place, where I've got 400 take away 200, which is easy enough. I know that that gives me 200. So my answer is 287. All right, so that's it for the review today. Attached to this post, you'll find a little Show What You Know Google quiz. It's multiple choice. So there'll be questions and then 3 choices of answers. You just need to click on the one that you think is right. Don't forget to turn in your assignment when you're all done so that I get a look at all your wonderful work. And also, I would love it if you would try the stack method at home when you're solving those questions. You can do that on paper or whatever it is that you've been writing on, and then just click in your answer. Good luck, can't wait to see your work, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.